Okay, we are live.
Live, are we, from Port Huron, Michigan?
We are.
Okay. Now I just gotta go find this. Oh, she did some fireworks last night, eh?
Yes. I debated whether or not to go down there. I went down there. It turned out okay. I flew with the Mini 3.
Wow, look who's there first this morning. That's unusual.
Hey, Marshall.
Good morning, Marshall. Yeah, I gotta go put a sign up on Regent Street, and then I gotta go do that aerial and the sign at Ford Drive.
Okay, pin that baby.
They whacked another guy on a motorcycle last night again. Jeez.
No kidding.
Oh man, I can't believe how many people gotten killed so far in this area with motorcycles this year.
Well, I see a lot of, a lot of people drive like cycles crazy. Like right on
Oh,
my street, speed limit's 30. I see them doing 70 miles an hour. Just full bore. I guess it's maybe God's or nature's version of getting rid of the bad ones. I guess. I don't know. Stupidity never wins.
we got an update or something here on Windows again.
Yeah, I went down. What'd you think of the fireworks?
Well, it wasn't bad. Like there were sometimes they had lower fireworks, couldn't see them, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Then all of a sudden you have them one way up here, right? It looked like they had a combination of cheaper ones and more expensive ones, right?
Yeah, yeah. Things just aren't the way they used to be. We used to have the American Fireworks Company used to come to town and they do the fireworks. And they do like all the big ones, New York, Detroit, whatever.
Yeah.
And the owner of the company used to come himself because he enjoyed coming here. His name was Bill Sorgai. And he'd be here for the whole week. And we had fireworks like almost every night. And
Oh yeah.
that was a
Around here, the fire
different
department is the one that sets them off, right?
yeah, different time. Yeah, it was a 10-day event and we had seven nights of fireworks. So now it's only a 3-day, 4-day event. 3-day, I think. Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Even the fireworks got so expensive now.
Yeah. Well, ever since they started selling fireworks over the counter in stores and everywhere, I don't think it's become as big a deal.
Well, see here, you can only buy them for a week prior to the celebration, like Canada Day.
Well, the regulations are you're supposed to do it like, I don't know, 2 days before, 2 days after, or during, but they sell them year round here.
Yeah. Well, you can go at the reserve and get them here too, anytime you want.
So anyway, I did 3 ships yesterday, the fireworks.
Wow, you're busy.
Was-
Yesterday.
Yeah, 3 ships and the fireworks. So I'm a little tired.
Yeah, imagine.
In fact, I had to get up early this morning to finish off one of the ships I did yesterday, the Saint Laurent, because I didn't want to carry it over too long, you know?
Where's the Google map? Got that one sign to put up here in town. I don't think it's Google it. Not very far away. Oh, okay. It's just on the other side of the gully here. Huh. Well, Paul, there's where I live right here, home.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there's where you gotta put the sign up, Regent Street, so.
Oh, that's not,
There's
that's
old
just around the
my
corner.
blogs. Yeah, just around the corner from me. But it couldn't go up until today, so.
Because the listing didn't happen until today or yesterday.
Yeah, I guess so, or, yeah, or when they got the pictures done and all that stuff, right?
Yeah, what's the matter?
There, it's right
Me.
next door to the guy at
Come here.
top of the drive.
She likes to get underneath her chin scratched. And she's getting older. She can't really reach it that well with her back legs, you know?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So I take and put my hand underneath and go like that, and she leans right into it. Don't you, boo boo? She's getting a little fussy on eating. She doesn't, it sits out there in her dish for a couple hours. Goofball. It's kind of chilly here this morning. Is it chilly there too?
I haven't actually even checked the temperature yet.
It's 54 degrees here.
52, it says here.
Yeah,
Actually, it is a little cooler this morning.
but they also said on the news that well, that's Detroit area. It's supposed to get up to 82 today. So
Supposed to go to 79, it says here, but. And tonight, down to 63, so that'd be comfortable for sleep.
Yeah.
Oh, now they're calling for rain tomorrow. Can't get
54
showers.
was a bit chilly last night.
Next 3 days, they're calling for possible rain, right? But,
Yeah,
well, I said tomorrow, just a chance of shower, 40%, but they're showing 10 hours of sunshine tomorrow, so.
yeah. They're showing here. Chance of rain is like in the evening, 9 o'clock. But you know, those guys are never 100% right anyway.
Well, it's funny because like we were talking about it last night there, sitting there by the fire. A friend of mine, he used that weather bug, and he was not showing any rain at all for Sunday or Monday or anything. He's showing some for Wednesday, but wasn't showing none for the weekend. But the Weather Network says it's different. So you use the Weather Channel, don't you?
Yeah, I use what the hell's the name of it? Yeah, the Weather Channel, which is
Yeah, the Weather Channel. I use the Weather Network.
Yeah,
Different one.
the weather.
Oh, yeah. Marshall says it's gonna be 104 degrees there where he is.
Really? Here's what's going on right now.
Oh, there's quite a system. It's the other side of Chicago. It's going down though.
Yep. Yeah, if you're living down in this, but see how it's supposed to fade at 2 o'clock?
Yeah.
That's just weird.
Starts to fade away after a bit. Look at that, get smaller and smaller and smaller.
Let's take a look out, widen it out. Not much going on just out here.
Stuff out in Vancouver. I got friends that live out in BC in the interior, not too far from Kamloops. And there's evacuation orders for fire already. See this morning on Facebook. They don't have to evacuate, but well, they lost quite a bit last year with all the floods, right?
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a quiet morning.
It very well could be. Hey, good morning, Mike. How's my
Mike,
Albert doing this morning?
Yeah, how's Albert? Holy crap, I just, a pop-up came up on my other computer from DJI. It was the Mavic 2 Enterprise Zoom, which I owned that, and I also owned the Dual. And I didn't pay anywhere near that kind of money for it. They said, buy it now for $3,000.
What?
Then they got the Mavic 2 Enterprise, the one that has the big cone on top, for doing
yeah, yeah.
mapping. They want $7,000 for that.
Well, you still get the Phantom 4 Pro with that cone on the top. They want $7,000 or $8,000 for it. I don't
Crazy.
know what's in that top little thing to make it worth so much money. So
Absolutely wacko. Although the Autel Robotics Evo 2 Pro 6K,
yeah,
in the Pro, the Enterprise one, which in other words gives you the speakers, the lights, and everything, they want $4,500 for that. Yeah, the cost of drones are just up there. Swell Pro, the water drone, they want $900. The DJI Phantom 4 multi-spectral agricultural drone, $10,000.
well, it's got that special camera on it, right?
Yep.
Albert's eating breakfast right now. You said lots of rain today in Wisconsin. Yeah, we've seen all that up there.
Yeah, the price went up on stuff.
Yeah, they're Marshall. Yeah, the prices, everything's going up. Doesn't matter what it is.
Because that Flymore kit that I bought for my Mini 3 was $189 delivered. They got them listed here for $249.
Well, my drones are still good, so I'm not worried about the prices right now at this point in time.
It's Friday. Mike says lots of rain today in Wisconsin.
Yep.
And Albert's eating breakfast. Yeah, Marshall, I agree. You have to have, I tell everybody when they're looking at drones, you have to look at several different cases. One is how much money do you have to spend on a drone and what are you going to use it for? The ones that I can't believe is the one that buys the big enterprise drones and they have no purpose or use. When I bought my enterprise drones, it was because I was doing search and rescue throughout Southeast Michigan. But then, as I've told everybody before, all of the departments that I used to go and fly for got their own budgets and their own equipment. They didn't need me anymore. That's one of the reasons I don't have those drones anymore.
What the heck's this? Night train. Hard times, folks. Help if you can. Oh, you got a GoFundMe going?
Although I kind of wish I didn't sell my Hanafi thermal because that was kind of nice just to have. But my biggest problem is, Paul, our drones need to be charged and flown periodically. And to just have one sitting on the shelf for someday you might need it isn't good for the drone. Filipina. Night train. Mike, how's it going? Yeah, we're just kind of hanging here. See who wants to pop in and say hello. Bill, Newfound Drones, he's been flying the heck out of his Mini 3, I think, Paul.
Yeah.
He's always posting something new.
Okay, what the hell's going on?
So, Filipina, what's new over there with you? Anything? I know it's coming up on it's afternoon over there. Mike says Newfound can cook a mean egg sandwich. All right. I'll be right back, gang. I gotta pitch some peanuts. They're knocking on the door.
Well, here I am talking to myself there. Anyways, yeah, Newfound, he's been putting a lot of stuff up. He's been flying the hell out of that Mini 3 there, but Filipina having lunch after a big walk and done flying. All right, got some flying in today. Cool. I got to go fly at 11 o'clock my time, but it's 20 after 8 in the morning. So I have a real estate job I have to do this morning. Got an appointment for 11 o'clock, so go do it. It's on sort of in town, but it's on the edge of town, so kind of almost in the country. So it won't take long to do, about 10, 15 minutes at the most. And I got to put a sign up, of course, but I actually got 2 signs to do today. And hopefully by the end of before the day's out, I'm going to be down at the trailer for the weekend. Depends on what happens with the real estate, but I'm sure I'm heading to the trailer probably about 3 o'clock this afternoon. I'm hoping to head down. Filipino says 1:20 in the afternoon here, winds 8 miles an hour, gusting to 13. And it's 24 degrees. Yeah. Well, at least it's not too hot. Anyway, 24 degrees. Yeah. I don't know. My dog keeps barking this morning. Hang on. My dog keeps barking on top front out front. I don't know, the squirrel there or what? She sees out the window. Keeps barking there for some reason. I think they just hear things and start barking. Probably anxious to go down to the trailer for the weekend. I hear the car door just shut. So. Got to be the neighbor leaving. I hear some other noise, but I think it's Paul Murray's TV right now. Yeah, it's funny. You got to go do that aerial and today, but they're not even going to list it until next week. So I'll just go there quickly, throw the drone up in the air and do the pictures. And come home, I'll do them maybe Sunday or Monday. I'll edit them, give it to them, so. But I just gotta go there, well, after I'm done, I gotta put a sign up too, with a coming soon sign on it, so it's not actually listed yet, so. Well, it's supposed to be really nice day, not all that windy today. I think around 8 to 10 mile an hour here today too, I think. But we're good with that. We're flying anyway, so. Anyway. Yeah, Paul there, Filipina said she was having lunch after she had a big walk and done flying today.
Ah, right.
She got up in the air today, but it sounds good. So.
I don't know if I like your new microphone or not, Paul.
Just a little hollow sounding or what?
No, what happens is when you have it here, when you speak and your voice tails off a little bit naturally. But with the other microphone, it's like towards the end of a sentence, it starts to just, you know,
Fades off, right?
yeah.
Well, it may be just a setting on it too, right? So,
Yeah, you might be just need to get used to it.
well, yeah. I haven't played with it yet. I'm so tired and so busy, but
Well, you got a good deal on it, that's for sure.
oh yeah, for sure.
Oh, man. The yeah, today in town, tonight is boat night downtown. All the Mackinac sailboats are down there.
It gets pretty crowded down there.
Oh yeah, people are walking up and down and drinking going on and different things. Yeah, it just gets crowded.
Oh, where Northside Hawk is in Australia, it says it's 8 degrees Celsius. So.
Wow.
And the wind 13 km/h gust to 26. You could still fly if you had to. Yeah. Getting up on the upper limits of where I would fly, but yeah.
You're doing good.
But if I was out in the open, it wouldn't be a big problem, right? But see, a lot of times I do the real estate industry and tight around houses and trees and stuff like that. I kind of limit myself sometimes on the wind. Anybody has had a chance yet? Check out Paul Murray's channel there. He did some fireworks again there last night. He caught that down at the Blue Water Festival down there.
Yeah. You know, the hardest thing for me was to put music to it, and I found that old clip
Oh yeah,
that I put on there.
something about Blue Water or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a local band recorded that. And like 3 or 4 years ago. And I happened to have a copy of it. So I thought, oh, okay.
Another sign. Oh. Yeah, what was that? neighbor. Getting it.
I'll play a little bit of it, Paul.
Okay, cool. Oh, Curtis Hart just put a link into something he did, I guess.
Oh, did he? I won't play too much of it because people probably get bored, but what I gotta do though is I gotta go back out of here. Stop share.
He's got another sign installed. Eh? Actually, they want two, but they don't have enough signs.
My computer's been.
It's a blue water getaway.
See that flickering? I haven't figured out what that is. This is with the Mini 3, an auto.
It's got that
This is the Mini 3, eh?
Yes,
Well, that does a pretty good job then. I thought it was
It's a blue
you know?
water
No.
getaway. When you get there,
This is
you
Mini 3
wanna
on
stay.
in auto setting.
Can easily find a place with open space and sunshine on your face on your blue water getaway.
two Melrose Court.
Let a beautiful sunrise start your day on the horizon on the lake. So many sights that people come for miles to see. Just grab a drink and put your feet up, or walking bike by the riverside. Either way, that's okay. It's one great ride. On a blue water getaway. Once you get there, you wanna stay. Can easily find a place you wanna stay. It's got that perfect hometown
Kind of pushing through it.
water getaway. Once you get there, you want to stay. Once you get there, you wanna stay.
Pretty, eh?
It's got that perfect hometown feel each and every day. It's a blue water getaway. Once you get there, you wanna stay. You can easily find a place with open space and sunshine on your face on your bed. On a blue water getaway. Once you get there, you wanna stay. It's got that where there's water blue and clear. It's a relaxing place and people know your name. There's lots of sand and summer breeze. Find a place with open space, sunshine on your face on a blue water getaway. Every day.
That's the all the oil refineries over in Canada.
Let a beautiful sunrise start your day on the horizon on the lake.
Filipina lost her signal and now she's back.
Oh, okay.
Come for miles to see. Just grab a drink and put your feet up, or walking bike by the riverside.
Yeah, the full length of this was 28 minutes, I think.
On a blue water
And just before the red, that Just right at the grand finale, I got the warning, land now.
Got that perfect hometown feel each and every day. On your blue water getaway, once you get there, you wanna stay. Easily find a place, open space. There's lots of sun and summer breezes.
Getting close to the grand finale.
It's got that perfect hometown feel each and every day. On a blue water getaway, once you get there, you want to stay. Easily find a blue water getaway. It's a blue
we go.
water getaway. Once you get there, you wanna stay. It's got that perfect hometown feel each and every day. It's a blue water getaway. Once you get there, you wanna stay. You can easily find a place with open space and sunshine on your face on your blue water getaway.
That was it.
Just want to quickly show you, Curtis Dart shared this link right now, but there's a comment. This is the best view. It's one of the biggest comets there is. But this is off a telescope or something, but it's up here, right? The best view is going to be 8 minutes or something here. That's the link that Curtis Dart put in. So, huh.
Well, thank you, Filipina. Yeah, me and I went down there. We sat down there. We were there like about an hour and a half early to make sure we could get where we wanted to get. And Mia was a good girl. She sat right in the truck. Of course, the windows were down and she could hear and see everything. Right, Boo? Yes. That's my girl. That's my girl. We went and got the fireworks last night, didn't we? Yes. I know. North side. Yeah, thank you. What? Well, what?
So I had an agent text me, I wanted 2 signs up, but the thing is, only got 1 sign left for her. She said she got some new ones coming on Monday. She'll get them picked up. Like real estate agents are running out of signs too, eh? Like they're so, I don't know how they can do it because like There's people still looking, but they got so many listings, they must be running from one house to the next house to the next house. What? I'm not sure. So I'll put one sign up, so that'll finish their last two signs. I gotta put that one up for Joe, and then I got one to put up for her. Actually, just around the corner from her house. You won't have far to go to that one. Yeah. I think I need to take a run to the dirt.
I wonder if comets you end up burning themselves out.
What's that? The what?
Comets, if they end up burning themselves out because they're always giving off gas and particles.
Yeah.
That's what causes the tail.
Yeah.
Maybe over millenniums, but
Yeah. But like you looked at it, it says like it figures 11 kilometers wide or something.
yeah.
It'll take a long time.
Which one?
Might get chunks that break off of it too and go rogue. You never know which direction they're gonna go. They're talking about some damage when it comes down close to the earth and the sun and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Quite a story on it, really. But it said the nucleus could be between 18 and 100 miles wide, but Hubble figures it's only about 11 miles wide, 18 kilometers at the most. But gee, that's pretty big.
Right. Okay. Mia's got to go out right back.
Yep. Anybody's interested in there's quite a thing there. Curtis put a link to about this comment that's going by. You said you're gonna have the best view in about 3.5 minutes. If anybody's interested. So. And Northside Hawk said he was watching it earlier. Yeah, maybe. I don't know where Justin is. Sometimes it's about 9 o'clock before he comes on sometimes. So he might be a few more minutes. He might be in.
Very cool.
Yeah, Filipino, Justin there, he sure don't like going to the beach, but I guess he's got to go today because of the family, right? Yeah. Wow. Yep. There it is there. Yeah. See all the gases coming off of it and everything. Eh?
Yeah. I would imagine, is this amateur telescope, or do you think this is the Hawaiian telescope?
I don't know, must be someplace, I don't know.
This is the Comet. The closest it's going to be best view is in 30 seconds. But I don't have that good of eyes.
Yeah,
Doesn't look
Doesn't-
any different than it did 10 minutes ago.
yeah, really, yeah. I don't know why they're saying the best view, but probably the closest it's gonna be to Earth, maybe.
Yeah, probably geologically or astronomically, it's closest that it's going to be to the Earth. But you notice that it's going lower and lower
Yeah, and, yeah, they're not,
because of the Earth's rotation, I would bet.
well, you would think it would automatically adjust for it.
But now, why did it reset? It says best view.
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
8:42. It reset itself.
Huh.
That's weird.
I don't know.
Anyway, there it is.
Hey, hanging with JD and Mr. Easy Drone Dude. See, Tech Drone Media had another drone confrontation. He's been having a lot of trouble with when he flies people, got carrying people around or other people telling he can't fly there. Huh. That boy somebody's always giving him a hard time. Huh. He don't look like he's out in the middle of nowhere. And flying with Stan, he said they're just trying to keep people watching with the best view thing. Yeah, probably. Was that, trying to suck everybody in, I guess.
Stan, have you been flying your Mini 3? I think he did get it, didn't he?
You see, you got the mini 3 low. He flies it almost every day. Huh.
Flying with Stan says, yep. Yeah, it's quite a copter. That's what I shot the fireworks display last night with, simply because I figured the longer life battery. Although I think it turned out good, fairly good, but I don't think it really does as good a job with fireworks as the Autel Nano, I'm sorry to say. Yeah, because Paul, I'm gonna show you when I did the Canada Day fireworks with the Nano.
Yeah.
Um, just by comparison. Look how clear and everything is.
Yeah.
That camera, that Nano is wow.
But the Mini 3 didn't do too bad of a job, but
Now the Mini didn't do a bad job, but by comparison,
I mean, Nano is a little bit better on the
a
video.
little bit more clear, a little bit more colorful. It just is. I don't think you can dispute the fact. Let's go down here to the grand finale.
There you go. Oh.
I mean, even the reflections off the buildings, Paul, I mean,
Oh, yeah.
just so clear. And both were shot on auto.
JD said to him, it looks like the Autel Auto's having fixed the setting and stayed with it. And the DJI,
Yeah,
when
flicker.
auto constantly adjusts all and make it
Yep.
flicker. No, it's okay, AZ. I think I'll stay here. It's gonna be a little more comfortable today here. Ugh. What happened?
115.
Vancouver there, was it
What?
yesterday?
What he's talking about is temperature wise. It's
I know.
111 today and 115 tomorrow. That's Fahrenheit.
Yep, a little too warm for me. Anyways, over in Vancouver yesterday, this guy was shot in Vancouver. They figured he was the guy that's behind all that Lockerbie, not Lockerbie, but that other one there that the airplane blew up.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Somebody shot him dead yesterday. I don't know who it was yet. That was like 15 years ago. But see, he was never convicted. The evidence was shoddy and everything else, but it was never proven that he actually did it.
What's the kids doing? I haven't seen them on the camera lately.
Gator's right there.
Yeah.
Must be laying on the couch. Yep, as soon as I name him, he's right here to bug me, aren't you? Yes, you are. Just right here. Oh, I hear Gracie whining. Probably wants to go back out again.
Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff going on in my community. It's just the biggest problem I have is my limited mobility, my back and legs and everything hurt. And I can't walk that far. So, for me to go down to do any of that stuff, that was in my past. If I can park my car, that's one thing, but
Mike's gonna try and fly, eh? Gonna try and dodge a couple raindrops.
yeah, that's the good way to figure it out is see if you can't scoot in between.
Yeah.
You look for your little windows of opportunity.
You betcha. Let me see it.
What time you got to go, Paul?
Well, I gotta fly at 11 o'clock, but I got 3 signs to do now, so 5. It says here, 11 o'clock, the wind can be 1 mile an hour gusting to 10. 25 degrees Celsius. Only 14% cloud cover, but it's kind of cloud up later this afternoon. They're down to 80% cloud cover by 5 o'clock tonight.
JD says to AZ because of his temperatures out there. Sounds like you live in hell.
Hell easy, yeah. Fine, right at 11 o'clock. The winds are 3 mile an hour right now. It drops to 1 mile an hour, and then it goes to 3, 5, 7, 9, 10, and starts climbing up this afternoon, but that's normal. Climbs up.
I would
Even-
imagine as that storm swings south, that's when the winds will start picking up a little.
And tomorrow's not bad. But after about 3 or 4 o'clock, looks like the chance of rain comes in a little bit.
Mike says he's got one of those droppers you put on the drone. You're gonna drop water balloons on Albert.
Yeah. There you go. They got fun trying to hit them.
Yeah.
I see excuse me. Mark Corn, which is little on my Lord's brother.
Uh-huh.
He just tested positive
Oh,
COVID.
not good. Yeah, at some point in time this morning, I guess I gotta go up to Tractor Supply and pick up some more peanuts.
Yeah. Okay, Vader, what are you barking at out there? Must be a squirrel. Something under the shed, I think. There's something people probably never seen before, Paul. Back in the old days,
Yeah,
we had that vent window on cars there. You could turn it and it blast the air right into you going down the road.
yeah,
So
I remember those days.
I remember them so well. Yeah. Oh, JD, hanging with JD said he talked to Dave Ennis this week. He's doing good. Just got in his new apartment. Going to see him sometime next few weeks. Oh, cool. Is he fairly close to you there, JD? Of course, now Gracie wants him. Yeah. He's only in Columbia a couple hours away, huh? Oh, okay. Oh, Thames Center, Diane just sent it to me, starting July 15th at 4 p.m., which is today. All open air burns, except for the section of small recreational fires. But they said possible small recreational fires will be included in this ban before it's repealed. Got a burn ban on down here now because it's so dry, Paul. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Well, not, where I am, but the Thames Center, which is around London and stuff, right? Yeah. It's so dry right now. It'd take much to set a fire right now. Bruce, 2x6 for 12 footers for sale, $15 each. Huh. I don't know how much they are. Though. Huh. That's what my sister's deck is made of. Huh. I don't know why that guy's got so many pieces of wood though, but 185 boards left. Huh. What's this? Displayport to Displayport. 6 foot. $15. Yeah, Mike's sunflowers are really getting big. Holy mackerel.
Excuse me. I just ordered another $150 worth of peanuts.
Oh, lovely. Can't say your squirrels will starve to death.
No, I'll probably starve to death before they do.
Oh, here comes Dre.
Hey, Dre.
How we doing, folks?
Hey, we're doing it.
How are you doing?
I just got back from the gym.
Oh,
Got to go to the dentist later on this morning.
oh boy, you got a busy morning. You seem to be working your body at one end or the other.
Yeah, got to get strong on one end to absorb the pain of the other end.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, I went out and flew the Mini 3 last night and did fireworks, and they turned out okay, but I just showed Paul the difference between the fireworks I did with the Autel Nano
Mhm.
and the Mini 3, and you can tell the difference.
Oh,
The fireworks with the Mini 3 were okay,
yeah.
but when you compare them side by side, no.
So that Nano is far superior, huh?
Well, the camera
Yeah.
quality, yeah.
Yeah, the
The
camera
fire
quality.
is picture quality and clarity and everything, yes.
Hmm.
what I found with the Mini 3 is every once in a while I get a little flicker,
Right, right.
because of the lights flashing off of the clouds that are being made by the explosion of the fireworks.
Mhm.
See, the exposure keeps changing. You need to lock it in. Exposure
Yeah.
so then it don't change, right?
Yeah, that could be it.
But the clarity on the Nano is undeniable.
Hmm.
For low light.
Right.
So are you getting all excited about your new drone coming?
Not really. Like I say, as the more you dig around, you find out you got some nice stuff you already got in your hand.
Yeah.
I was, clicking around YouTube yesterday and I came across this video and the guy was talking about updates on the Mavic Enterprise Advance.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, so because I haven't flown mine since December.
You take something.
Wow.
And
Take my part to the dentist because I'm going to be here with Lisa and Drake.
And so I went to go, digging around for that, and then come to find out there's even been another update that just came out end of last month. And so the updates, when the Mavic Enterprise Advance first came out, it did zoomed and everything, but like Chuck and I were talking about yesterday, you didn't get the what you see is what you got. You would zoom in, take a picture, but you got the native format of the picture, not the zoomed in format.
Okay.
So basically, DJI fixed that. So whatever you see is what you're taking a picture of. And so, the specs on that camera is quite nice. I mean, you get up to, I want to say 4 times optical on that and up to 16 or something digital. It might be higher than that and everything, which is a big game changer for that camera on there. I mean, it gives you great shots.
Sure.
Natively and stuff. And like you say, you don't have to fool with the settings. It has a nice auto setting on it. So it's pretty much hand free as far as trying to manipulate the shutter and all that kind of stuff and everything. So yeah, I did that yesterday, give you an update to the Pilot app, update the smart controller and the drone itself. So you got 3 different updates coming in there. So I did a little video late last night talking about that and showing a little bit of the pictures of the zoom on the for the photo side and also the zoom in the video footage. And
Right.
how it all stays what you're seeing. What you see is what you get, which is great.
I need Lexus car keys.
And so with that, you also they put in there where your footage is labeled. So basically, if you take a thermal shot, it'll have a T indication on the file, and if it's a regular photo, it'll have an S, and for video, it'll be a W. So it's easier to decipher which file is which when you're looking at the SD card. So, yeah, kind of some folks like me, I always rely upon having the thumbnail on the pictures, so I have an idea what's what. But some folks don't have that; they have it just the list, and they won't know which is which until they bring it up. So that was a nice update on that. And I'm sure there were some other things for the flight characteristics and some other stuff. So I felt they really brought it up to the same basic level as the 300 and the Matrice 30T. So at least each drone, no matter which one you get, you're going to have those same basic functions with each, no matter what platform you pick out.
Right. Well, I can only imagine, I used to have a lot of drones sitting around here.
Mhm.
And I used to have my favorites.
Right.
And I felt bad because it was like I was leaving orphans at home. And because I treat them all like family because they do so much for me, you have
Right.
this relationship with your drone,
Yeah.
And in fact, when I would sell them, I'd make sure they were going to a good home,
Right. Right.
But yeah, that's now that you've found a new respect for that drone,
Uh-huh.
maybe you're going to fly it a little more.
Yeah, and that's the whole thing is that with these added features on it, it gives you a little more confidence taking it out and stop using the Phantom as much and start using this drone for some of my mapping and everything else. Because like I said, the pilot app, like I said, that's one thing I was looking at also, that the pilot app, I'm thinking that DJI is slowly but surely getting themselves into the waypoint market a little stronger, and same thing with the grid flying also. So what they upgraded this in the Fly app, which I'm going to take out probably in the next week or two, and really see how good it is. Because they talk about how you can upload the KML files, which is mostly what I get from clients is the KML file, and you just upload it into the controller and boom, you know. And I'm like everybody else. If I don't have to switch out display devices because I'm using a different software and all this kind of stuff, that like I say, having that smart controller, if it can do everything I need to do, that makes me be able to travel a little lighter, a little easier to get things done, because I don't have to switch out platforms for anything else.
Yeah, well, now, Dre, in the field, do you mostly have presets? In other words, like a preset grids and everything, or do you actually do that in the field and set it up before you fly?
Normally I set it up before I even leave the house. I always verify. A lot of times I get files from clients. They'll tell me, hey, we got a location here, yada, yada, yada. And they'll say, go ahead to this location, download the KML file. And I say, go ahead and download that, put it into a drone deploy, bring it up. And sometimes I even do the simulation to see, because like the last one I went out to last Friday, their file didn't work. And I said, I had my Phantom up and went through all the procedures, pre-flight checklist, all that kind of stuff. And it started to download, the drone went fire up. Now, next thing I'm going to say is how I verify that. Well, like I said, I always take two drones out. And sometimes they're mismatched. Like last week, I took out the Phantom and the Mavic 2 Pro out. So what I did was shut everything down, transferred everything over to the Mavic 2 Pro, went through the same process, boom, boom, boom. The drone wouldn't load. So I knew it wasn't just my drone. I got two different drones. The only thing is the file was the only thing that was consistent. So what I did on the spot was I went ahead and went to drone deploy, boom. And that's why I keep an internet connection, so that way I can set my grid pattern right there on the spot, because the maps are right there. And I just spread it, set it up, boom, 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 get my little overlaps, set the same parameters that they wanted, 75% front and back, 75% side to side, set everything down there, set the speed, load it up, Paul, boom, drone fired up, boom, complete the mission. So, and I sent a message to them saying, hey, your KML file had an error in it. It came back an error message to me, said it had improper turns, which means they had too many little, I won't say waypoints, but usually when you do a grid map, you have different points. And I guess whoever did it just had too many there, because usually at one point I could see where he had like 5 or 6 of them close together. And the drone, I don't know which way he had the drone turning, but it said improper turn.
So it was a programming overload.
Right. That's basically what it was, programming overload. That's the exact term for that. So, they're like, oh, and like them, they don't verify the stuff a lot of times. So they're like, oh, somebody gave it to us, we're passing on to you, and
right,
everything's supposed to work. But I said, well, I'm out in the field and it didn't work. So I went ahead and got it done, which they're always most appreciative. It's like, with Mr. Hodges there, I'm sure he doesn't get all the minute details, but he makes it up, gets the job done, and everybody's patting him on the back.
Yes.
And everything. So
well, Paul's got a flight to do this morning.
Oh, is that right? Okay.
11 o'clock.
Great.
So I should go check, see if my batteries are charged.
Good deal.
Dre's on here telling us about all his fancy toys again.
Oh, hush. Gas, man. And I'm sure that's because you fart too much, not because you're getting the fuel.
Morning, guys.
What's
Good morning,
going on?
Justin.
Not much.
Yeah.
finally got a hold of the lady at the FPU office so I could pick up more paperwork. We've had to sit for 6 hours at the Walmart parking lot yesterday. That was ridiculous.
So what's the verdict on your company, Justin?
I still don't know anything. Nobody's said anything, so
Everybody's keeping playing it close to the vest, huh?
I guess, yeah, because like I said, me and the locators, we're the lowest people on the totem pole, so we're not going to hear nothing.
Right. I hear you. Well, I
They
hope
said
that-
if we don't hear nothing by the end of the week, we're fine. So I guess they're negotiating. Is all I've heard. So
I hope it all works out for you, partner, because I know it sucks being in the middle, especially when you have no
No
voice,
control, yeah.
no control, no voice on what's going on. You just kind of just, bear the results of somebody else's decision. And that's not cool.
yeah, especially since I just started this job like 6 months ago, and I really like it. So
Right. Yeah.
I just
So-
got my PTO time.
So did Junior enjoy his birthday yesterday?
Oh yeah,
Good. That's good.
I got him this
How'd it
big
go?
old
Good?
Yeah, I got him a big old Bluetooth speaker that he absolutely loves because he's been wanting a speaker for a time. So he can listen to music and stuff.
Okay.
And what does he use it, attach that Bluetooth speaker to his phone or what?
Yeah, it's into the iPad that we have floating around the house.
Okay. And what did you have for the big dinner?
Pizza is what he wanted.
Okay.
And then tonight I'm gonna make him fried chicken because he really likes fried chicken. Everybody loves my fried chicken, so I'm gonna make some tonight.
Hey, Colonel Sanders.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Dre.
Hey, it's an art to get fried chicken just right with the perfect golden, breading and have it all moist inside. It's an art form.
Well, I won't argue with that.
Because I've had a lot of people make fried chicken and it's just dry and overcooked and the skin's burnt.
Oh. So what else is going on, Paul? Now, I meant to ask you yesterday when I was on here, but you guys had something else going on. Now, I noticed you took pictures of, well, I believe, what, 2 or 3 of the tall ships?
Yeah.
Now, is there some type of a show or?
Well, what happens is well, I would imagine throughout the world, but here, a lot of tall ships, they have like a festival type of thing, and they were headed up to Bay City canceled theirs, which is, if you look at the, here's the thumb,
Mhm.
here's where I am. Bay
Right,
City was right here. Well, they canceled theirs because of COVID for 2 years. So Alpena is right up here, and they're doing their tall ship festival.
okay, now is Alpena in the Canadian side or
That'd be the
Wisconsin.
U.S. side.
okay, over in Wisconsin?
Oh, Michigan.
Oh, Michigan, okay. I've seen maps of your area. I'm trying to grasp it. See, I thought you were on the northern end, but you're kind of like in that southern little cutout down there.
Yep.
And I said,
I'm-
oh, that's where he's at.
when you look at the mitten,
Hmm.
I'm right here on the
Right,
right
yeah,
there. I'm
yeah.
60 miles north of Detroit.
okay. Yeah, I knew you were north of Detroit, but I didn't know you were that far south still. And stuff, the way that, guys, I only spent a little time.
Yeah,
on
if
a
you were to leave
tiny
my
kid.
house, of course, you have to do an angle and go up. And if you wanted to go up, so let's say the UP, you're
Mhm.
looking at 5.5 hour drive.
Hmm. Okay.
If you get good traffic. If you don't get good traffic, it could be longer.
Yeah, that was the festival that Mike wanted to go to, Night Train, but they said they canceled it till 2025.
Yeah.
Hey, Justin, you see what JD said about your chicken?
No, I can't see the chat.
He said the secret to Justin's fried chicken is his 3D printing the breading for maximum crispiness.
They wanted me to turn one of the 3D printers into a condiment dispenser.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, I comment on your video, Paul, that seeing that replica of that Santa Maria, just I say gives you a real appreciation for the sailors of that time. That ship
Yeah.
is not very big.
No,
We-
especially
we-
going across the ocean.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, that's some serious navigation skills with the technology they had at the time, which is
Yep.
nothing. Which is not all right. We carry around cell phones with more technology than what they had.
And they just look out over the horizon to try and check the weather. You know, it wasn't like
Right. Yeah.
satellite maps or
Yeah.
And the
so I'm like,
the building of those ships was amazing back in the day too.
yeah,
And
so,
built all
so that's what I was thinking that, here it is, these people left from, Portugal, Spain area, and it set sail, didn't really know they were going on these little bases, what amounts to what a rowboat would look like in today's standards.
right.
And went across the whole ocean and survived. That's the surprise, but they actually survived it and went back.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. And that was amazing. It was an amazing time. But in 100 years, people are going to look back on our time with drones and they're going to be amazed because that would be like the old days,
Yes. Yes.
kind of like black and white TV is to us,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Very much so. Very much.
Yeah, what did they use back in the day to navigate? It's called what, a sextant, right?
Sexton, yeah. They put it up on the sun and then they had a wheel
Yeah.
on the bottom.
Right. And just imagine some of the things that were accomplished with the technology they had, which we would never even dream of trying to
Ew.
do today.
Well, even 20 or 30 years ago, remember when they came out for the first cell phones? They were bag phones, and then I had one of those big Motorola bricks,
Yeah, the big giant
Yeah.
bricks. Yeah.
big one you held.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And even back then, we were amazed. We never thought about cell phone, about a satellite phone in
No.
your pocket.
Right. Mm-hmm. No, not even close. No, not even close at all. So, yeah, just to see that go. I said, I always think of it as a kid growing up. You read the history books and you hear about the Ninta, the Pinta, and the Santa Maria,
Yeah.
and you think, these ships sail across, and we don't really have a real concept of of size or effort and the
Oh,
technology.
exactly. Yep.
And then, like I say, just seeing that ship in that water. And I was just thinking myself, I said, that ship is not very big
No,
at all. It's probably about a 30 footer, maybe 30, 45 footer. And I said, we got people who have personal ships that size. We're not talking about the rich and famous either. We're talking about, some guy who's, probably make about $80,000-$90,000 a year, probably got a ship the same size as that, And he said he actually could sail across the seas.
Oh, look at like cruise ships and like aircraft carriers. I mean,
Yeah.
that's just when you look at an aircraft carrier, you wonder how the hell that thing even floats.
Yeah, that's just my whole point, And I said, man, I've been out on a cruise ship, and my thing, and I've been out on military ships out in the ocean, and I think my first trip out in the Pacific really gave me a respect and an awe feeling of how used the ocean is and stuff. And I mean, it's just like you can't see beyond it, is what I'm saying. It is that huge. And this ship that looks so big when it was in port, and you get out in the ocean, and it makes you feel like you're in something small because the ocean is so vast.
Oh yeah, even when you're on those, I've watched videos of people on the huge cruise liners
Mm-hmm.
during when they're going through like a storm and the waves are coming up like 4 or 5
Yeah.
stories up from the side of the ship,
Mm-hmm.
and it just makes those ships look tiny.
Yeah. Something else.
There was that video of that guy who was in his room and I want to say he was on the 5th or 6th story, and then the waves were coming all the way up to his window and crashing against it. I was
Wow.
like, Jesus. They were in some kind of storm, and they were going across these huge waves. And like my dad used to tell me when he was in the Navy, you know, you would see the waves go way above the ship,
hmm
where they were way above your head, and then they would drop way down below the ship. Like there's just some massive waves out in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah.
He said it was pretty nerve wracking when you see a wall of water 200 feet above the side of your ship.
Not a inspiring feeling, that's for sure. So where's the rest of your regular crew, Mr. Murray? I'm not seeing
Yeah, well, you know, it's getting towards the weekend. Plus, it's summertime. I think a lot of people are doing stuff.
okay,
I
well, I'm
like the
scrolling,
winter time.
yeah, I'm scrolling back up the chat. I see some folks, I guess they've already been in and been out. Philippine, I guess, was here.
Yep.
AZ Jones was here.
Well, AZ's always listening.
I just looked it up, and the Santa Maria, the original one, was 70 feet long and had a crew of 40 men.
Wow. Yeah. And that's some tight quarters.
Yep.
70 men on a 70-foot boat.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's because most of them were hanging up in the working on the sails. You know.
Yeah.
Well, you had the big captain's quarters, and everybody else was like the submarines and stuff these days. Everybody was
Yeah.
crammed little bunks together.
hmm
Like, you ever seen the bunks on a submarine, a U.S. submarine? I mean, you literally, it's like 4 people on top of each other, and you only have like 2 or 3 feet in between each bunk.
That's the way it is on most of them ships, man. That's nothing new. I've been on one of those, we call them the Gatorbacks, which is basically the flat bottom boats for amphibious landings. And they have them 3 to 4 just shuffled in there like shuffling cards and stuff. And I mean, the best place to be is in the middle, because you're not at the very top where you can't, it's almost like you're in a coffin. At the very bottom, you're afraid that the top bunk's going to collapse on top of you, because I mean, you can't even sit up in the bottom bunk. You have to actually roll out of it and then stand up when you're on the floor, because you cannot just. Go ahead, Justin.
Oh, I was going to say, what do they call it? Hot racking, right? Like where you're getting out of the bunk and then somebody's getting right into it. Still warm from the person before.
Yeah, stuff like that where everybody's splitting shifts and stuff, sleeping and working. But yeah, you know, the Marines would be in the bottom of the boat, and those racks would be like stacked 4 high, and the bottom rack is only about, I would say, 3 inches off the deck, the bottom of that ship. So you know you're not going to be sitting up and your knees are kissing your chin.
Right.
You know, so it's like, no, you just got to roll out and then try to stand up.
Not much privacy, that's for sure.
Oh, there's no privacy, dude. No privacy at all.
Yeah, it's like the aircraft carriers. Those ships just amaze me. The Nimitz class ones, and then that new Gerald R. Ford, just the size of them.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, like I said, they're like floating cities.
Oh yeah. What, 4.5 acres of sovereign U.S. soil?
Mhm.
They said if you're actually born on a U.S. ship, it's considered sovereign soil.
Hmm.
So you automatically are a citizen at that point.
Okay.
Granted, I don't know how many kids are actually born on ships. I'm sure there are some. I don't know. I don't even know if you can go out on a ship if you're pregnant, can you?
Like I said, they're not really geared for it. That's for sure. I mean, they have medical facilities on them, but they're not like they have a maternity ward.
Yeah, because I was watching a documentary on aircraft carriers, and that's what they were saying. It's considered 4.5 acres of sovereign U.S. soil, And they said technically, if you were happened to be born on it, you would be considered a U.S. citizen.
Interesting.
Like I said, I don't know how many that's even actually ever happened or not, to tell you the truth.
Well, I could see that happening when they're picking up refugees, floating out in the water, stuff like that, rescuing people from other countries. They bring them back on ship, and like you said, then you can't discriminate. Oh, no pregnant people allowed.
Right.
So I'm sure, like I said, I'm sure those scenarios have happened, but like I said, they don't make it a habit. Like they don't assign females who are pregnant to ship duty. So they don't. They assign the shore duty just for those purposes, because they're not really set up. Because like I say, even though how medically advanced that we think we are, giving birth is one of the most uncontrolled things that the human body goes through. And it's almost like just hang on for the ride.
That's typical.
Yeah.
Anyways, Paul, I got some stuff I have to do. I got some time to do, and I got that there at 11 o'clock. So
Yeah, okay, Paul. Yep.
I
you
got to
take
bail.
care.
So
All right, Paul, you be safe
fortunately, I got to
out
get
there,
up
sir.
and move. I got to go to work, right?
There you go.
Oh.
But Dre, if you ask Paul Hodges, he says it's slowing down.
Yeah, it's slowing down. Yeah, right.
Uh-huh.
Non-stop slow down.
They're calling him day and night.
Hmm.
And you know what their famous question is? Can you do it right away?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
always the question. Can you do it tomorrow?
Yeah.
Well, hell,
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
had a guy at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Cole, can I get a sign up today?
Yeah,
No.
yeah.
People
Well,
ahead of you.
right now, because of not just the American economy affects the global economy, and even in real estate. And right now, people are trying to get ahead of the newer interest rates that will be coming out, because it takes a little bit for everything to transition. So everybody who's buying is buying right away, and those who are selling trying to sell right away. So the market is driven by different factors. So I understand that things are picking up. People are trying to make a decision before locking those interest rates. But I'm sure the selling point is, well, you better lock this rate in now, because who knows, in a month or two it may double. Just like the price of meat.
Well, I figured with the price of houses the way they were and the interest rates going up, I figured it would just about
Yeah.
stop. But the thing is, they're still listing the houses. They're not selling. But see,
Right.
Bank of Canada just raised their interest rates a full percentage point day before yesterday.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Paul, I'm still amazed that house that you listed for $1.5 million sold within a week.
Yeah, a week and a half, and there were two guys fighting over it.
They were fighting over it.
Yeah,
But-
that's just my point. That $1.5 million might be a deal for them, because you slap on an extra percentage point or 1.5 points. Now you're at $1.2 million.
But it just, and the funny thing is, the location, I would have never bought it just because of the location. Like right across the road,
Mhm.
go the 401, which is a major highway, but just on the
Right.
other side, there's a major dump. Like they're bringing garbage from Toronto all the way down there and putting it in there. The place, I can
Landfill.
my
Yeah.
house
Yeah.
here, and I'm several miles away,
Yeah,
and also the 401 highway is right there at the front door. You imagine listening to transports going up and down 724. Like I wouldn't have bought it.
yeah.
It just I don't know. It was a poor location, but there were two guys fighting over it. One guy said, here's cash money right now. 15-day close.
Yeah.
Well, let's just hope the banks aren't approving people's loans that can't afford it in the long run. That was what they were doing back in 08.
Well, Justin, the banks have been doing that forever, dude. It's just during the early 2000s, it just got really ridiculous. They're allowing folks to take out multiple loans just to buy a single house. And like you said, they were not really verifying people's work history and stuff. That's why they have people like, oh, you get your buddy to go in with you. You got two families living in one house. All that kind of nonsense was going on.
Oh yeah, there was people that couldn't barely afford one house that owned 5 or 6 houses. It was like, what the hell?
Yeah. So I
Like,
mean, it
they
just,
were-
and that's what I'm saying. That's why sometimes we do have to have tighter restrictions And which, some people say, well, it's unfair for those who can't afford. I say, this is what we try to, but sometimes, I always say, sometimes the government has to protect the public against its own self-interest, because people will get whatever you allow them to get.
Yep.
Simple as that. And then the consequences is that when the bubble bursts, the job market goes down. Now you get all these houses on the market, nobody can buy them. And then we got all this housing stock, and like I say, everything goes upside down.
Well, I'm amazed. Paul has said often, he says he's just amazed. I mean, they're selling little lots that I don't even think are buildable
Mhm.
for like 75, 80, $100,000.
Oh, hell no, Paul, there's 200,000.
Hmm.
There was a place over on Fairview Ave there, and I think it went for 400,000. There was a house, an old house that they
Mhm.
tore down, and
Right.
another old kind of a small barn type deal. Went for $400,000, and it was a tear down.
Yeah, that's normal.
Really?
That's normal. That's
Hey,
normal.
Dre, have you ever seen the movie The Big Short?
No, I never sat down and watched it, but I heard it. I hear
Oh,
it's
you
very
gotta watch
interesting.
that.
Yeah, I
It's
hear it's
really,
interesting.
really good.
Anyways, guys, I gotta
Okay,
run.
Paul, we'll
All right,
see you.
Guys, so hopefully see you tonight from the big town of Copenhagen.
Copenhagen, all right.
Okay,
Good day.
talk to you guys.
Yeah,
Bye.
bye-bye.
Yeah, if you ever get a chance to watch that movie, check it out. It's really interesting.
Yeah, so that's just the whole thing of it. That's why, we sometimes we talk about how we want less government involved in our lives, but people understand without the government being involved in our lives at certain aspects of it, man, we have a train wreck of an economy.
Well, then companies do whatever the hell they want, and then they cause
Yeah.
problems. Yeah.
Oh,
Hey,
yeah.
hey,
That's
Justin,
right,
I
too.
know you can't see the chat, but JD wanted to know if you're ready for the weekend, if you've got your little pail and shovel ready for the sand.
And I don't want to go to the beach.
Yeah,
I have no desire to go to the beach this weekend.
yeah. Well, he says make the most out of it. Take the little plastic pail with the little scoop shovel, just have fun. Yep.
Yeah, Arizona, we can keep all those Canadians out. We close the border. Man.
Well, everybody, I think I'm going to close her down.
All right.
I've got to go pick up $150 worth of peanuts for my squirrels.
I thought that's what you nibbled on.
No,
You
no,
feed it
that's-
to the squirrels.
they're in the shell. Peanuts for squirrels are unsalted.
Oh,
They're 10-pound bags, and I'll go through that probably a week.
oh, man.
God.
No wonder you be getting so many critter visitors.
Yep.
Out there feeding them all the time.
Yep, they're my extended family. In fact, Dre, they'll come up and knock on the door when it's time. I've got a door goes out, and it's glass, and they'll go right up there and they'll sit on their back haunches and tap on the window.
I'm just thinking back when you had those skunks for a while, and I said, there you go.
Oh, they're back. They're back.
You put that food out there, they'll hang out.
They're
Like a stray-
back
like
at
a stray
nighttime.
dog.
The security light goes on about 1 or 2 in the morning, and I look on the security camera, and there they are.
Yeah, because we were actually looking at like AK-47 frickin' pellet guns for
Yeah.
Paul Murray
Oh,
on that. And
man. Yeah,
they look like straight up like an AR-15 type style.
yeah.
Boom, boom, boom. Yep.
Mm.
Not that it would kill him, but it's liable to get him.
Hey, like I said, they remember. They say, don't go over there, man.
Yeah. Well, that pack of skunks that I had before, they hauled out of here, I think 7 of them. And
Wow.
that cost me like almost $850 total.
Wow. That's Mm, mm, mm. Yeah, I
And
got,
but the greatest thing I saw on the camera one night, or very early in the morning, here was a great big doe deer standing there eating from my bird feeder,
mhm.
and I live in town.
Well, the word gets around. It's, hey,
That's
go on down to Mr. Murray's place.
That's right.
He-
There's
He's got a
spot.
buffet.
Yeah.
He's got a buffet out there.
Yeah,
Got a buffet.
Yeah.
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 All right,
So
Paul. I'm gonna let
Anyway,
you get off.
everybody, yep. Thanks for being here, Justin. You take care. Don't work too hard today, and have fun in the sandbox too.
I'll see you guys later this evening.
Okay. All right,
All right.
everybody. Thanks for
Bye-bye.
being here. We'll see ya. Bye for now.